The purple areas are literally the cells of the breast are melting. They're breaking down due to acids that are being released from the blood that are not properly being eliminated out of urination, perspiration, defecation, or respiration. The body has to do something with its own waste products if you do not eliminate it. For a woman, it goes into the breast and into the brain.
And for men?
For men, it goes into the prostate and the brain.
So prostate cancer is caused by?
Acid, metabolic and dietary acid. This is what prostate cancer looks like, or bowel cancer. You get these clusters of proteins in the center of the dried protein layers.
And the black, what is the black is what?
The black are just toxins from animal proteins. This is another fiber net or accumulation of a tumor formation of blood cells. This is 1 month later, 2 months later, 3 months, and of course from lung cancer or breast cancer to no cancer, approximately 12 weeks. Mm-hmm. This is one of our medically diagnosed metastatic cancer, bone cancer. If we look at the PET scan, we see the cancers throughout the spinal column. We see cancer in the lung, in the liver. We see it in the pelvis. This is 3 months after chemotherapy. No change whatsoever. After being on the pH Miracle program, alkalizing the blood and tissues, we see a reduction in the lung cancer. The cancer throughout the bone is nearly eliminated from what it was before.
So sidebar note, Rob. Oprah had on John of God the other day in Brazil, who does that psychic type surgery.
Right.
And what is that?
Well, your thoughts can have an impact on the organization and disorganization of cells. So we cannot negate the fact that our thoughts and our words and our deeds do impact the quality of our internal fluids. It is true that our thoughts do become biology and can have a huge impact on the pH balance of the internal fluids of the body. But it's only one aspect, and that's the emotionality and the mental aspects of
so when he's extracting a tumor, what is that? What is he doing there?
Well, I don't know. I haven't really seen what I've just heard what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He's performing a miracle. But the bottom line is that matter can be altered. It can be changed with our thoughts, and we do have power over that.
I think that we live in a world where you think a miracle is like something we can't attain. And that miracles can be everyday occurrences in our lives depending on how we think about it.
It's just understanding the natural phenomenon between the cause and effect relationship. Once we understand the cause, we understand the effect. If we don't understand the cause, it becomes a mystery, such as HIV is idiopathic. It's not idiopathic at all. We understand that
idiopathic means?
There's no pathology to the disease. There's no what causes it. Well, there's some theory of what causes it, but there's really no known cause other than they associate it with an increase in antibodies, but there's no antigen. There's no HIV antigen. There's an antibody, but where's the antigen? There is no antigen. Well, the antigen is actually an overacidic condition, and that's why we have such great success in reversing HIV antibody titers, because we're focused on the cause. We understand that HIV is an effect of overacidity, and when we deal with the cause, we reverse the symptom. It's very easy.
Right, and in the gay community for quite a while it was that it was transmitted sexually.
Yeah, well, that
or not?
Well, here again, if that's true, then how do we look at European AIDS? How do we look at AIDS in Africa? You know, it deals more with sanitation and nutrition. And what we used to call poor nutrition and poor sanitation, we've actually established a name and called it, okay, well, here's some antibodies, we'll call it HIV now. And we'll start treating that. But here again, it's uniquely different. AIDS in Africa, AIDS in Europe, AIDS in America is different, and it has different contributing factors. Mm-hmm. And the symptoms are different too as well, but they all come to a culmination of someone who is over acid, someone who is indulging in acidic lifestyles and diets that are affecting the internal environments that are then expressing certain symptomologies. But HIV, for example, Rod Hudson, HIV positive. His lover, HIV negative. Go figure. It's not sexually transmitted. The etiology may be transmitted, what we're thinking about it, but here again, it doesn't add up. The U.S. was doing research, it was on chimpanzees, trying to induce the same symptomologies of HIV by impregnating these monkeys with HIV titers. No symptoms. No symptoms at all. They call it, so we've actually abandoned that research. And that was several years ago. But HIV is no mystery once you understand the causative effects of it. So reversing disease is at understanding this cause and effect relationship. I like this quote by Thomas Edison. The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will involve the patient in the proper use of food, fresh air, and exercise. This is what we teach. Colon therapy is a big part of our treatments. We use that as an entry point to actually provide alkaline nutrition to the body. Hyperthermia, using infrared sauna. Alkalizing hydrotherapy, we're actually infusing salt using the pores of the skin to alkalize the tissues.
Have you done a salt bath?
And to pull acids out from the pores of the skin. Using lymphatic massage, alkalizing massage, to move acid out of the tissues and back into the bloodstream to be eliminated. We use not only traditional medical tests like CBCs and chemistries and cancer markers, but we also use live and dry blood analysis to actually confirm some of the quantitative testing that we do. We monitor health with pH. It's inexpensive. All you have to do is use this pH hydrant paper and test it regularly through the day, where you test your saliva by moistening it, making sure that the color is purple. As long as the color is purple, you know you're in the alkaline zone at a pH of 8 or above. You would also...
That's where the Broadway show came from, the color purple. From this idea.
You would also urinate on this, of which I will not do a demonstration for that.
Rob, you promised.
But you want to test your urine throughout the entire day and make sure it's in an alkaline state. This little 4-year-old Alex who's been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, his pH is 5. It's in the cellar. Most kids are acidic.